Hey everybody, so I wanted to hop on here today, or tonight I should say, and just do a real quick recap of day one trying to use a menstrual cup. So first I wanted to say why I switched over, or why I want to switch over to a menstrual cup. I know some of you are like, whoa, this is like a health and fitness vlog or page or account or whatever you want to call it. But I happen to not only care about the things that I put into my mouth, but also the things I put into my vagina. And so I just felt like it was time. I wanted to save some money, and they're foreign products that we're sticking inside of our bodies and letting sit there. And so that started to like eat away at me. And I figured, what the hell, why not? Like, let's give it a shot. So I did all sorts of research, all sorts of YouTube videos, a lot of different websites. And so I took several different like surveys to try and figure out which menstrual cup is best for me. And I got the same sort of test result on several of them. Now, again, I'm gonna be honest with you, like I'm not super friendly with my vagina. So I was answering questions based on not like a whole lot of background knowledge. And you know, the questions are very basic, like do you have a regular period and have you ever given birth, which I feel like is a huge question because children ruin us, right? And so this is what I ended up getting, right? So I got the salt cup, and I got a size regular. You know, you can wear them up to 12 hours. I got the pink one. They come in, or coral, or I don't know, they don't call it Himalayan sea salt, I think, actually. So this is the one that I got. So, this morning I was a little spotty. And so I thought, well, this is as good a time as ever to start trying to figure out this thing. Now, in full disclosure, the only thing I've ever inserted into my vagina on a regular basis is a tampon, which is clearly smaller than this, right? So I was a little bit nervous about it, but I went ahead and put it in for the very first time. I ended up doing I forget what they call it, push down fold, I think, right? So it's just like this. You take the top, push it down, and then hold it, and then insert right there. I spent more time in my vagina today than I have ever spent there in my lifetime, all 35 years, right? So I tried that fold several times and felt like this always came out. It was never all the way in. So I felt like maybe I wasn't pushing it up far enough, right? I tried standing, I tried sitting. A girlfriend of mine called me and was like, okay, here's what you have to do. You need to sit on the toilet. You're probably gonna have to take your pants all the way off, spread those legs like you're birthing a child, which I've done twice, so I know how to do that. You know, she told me which folds she liked best, to squeeze it, to make sure, you know, and move your finger around the edge to make sure the suction, the seal. So the entire idea is that this sits around your cervix so that it's just collecting the blood, right? And then you can remove it and just pour it out, okay? I didn't actually keep a tally of how many times I put this in and out of my vagina today, but let's call it a lot. I never actually started my period today. So today was a good like tester day, right? But it didn't matter how far up I put this, even if this little part was all the way in, like if these were my vagina lips, right? Even if it was all the way in, when I felt and stood up, by the time I got from my bathroom, which is in the back of the house, to the front of the house, it had already fallen so much lower. Like I could feel it coming out of my vagina. And every time I removed it, there was absolutely a seal. Like when I pulled on this, which is the whole point of this being here, there was a seal, right? And then when I'd break the seal, I could hear the seal breaking. So my opinion after day one is that this cup, this size regular salt cup, is too long for me. And I don't think it's just the stem, because it wasn't just the stem I was having issues with. If I just had like a little bit of the stem hanging out, I would totally just chop it off, and I may even just chop it off to try it because it's not like I'm gonna give this to anybody else to use, but just like the literal bottom of the cup, I can feel it coming out. So I'm gonna give it a try again tomorrow. I assume I'll be starting my period here in the next day or so. I've also read that your cervix can move depending on whether you're on your period or not. So it's not a surprise to me that I have a shorter, I guess, vaginal canal, or that my cervix is longer or hangs down lower. That's not a surprise to me. I mean, it's weird to see it like in size form, right? But I may have to get a shorter cup. So, day 1 review, epic fail. I was never able to keep it in for more than 5 minutes because it was uncomfortable, because it was falling out, or this part particularly, right, was literally hanging out of my body, which, as you can imagine, on like pants or your underwear or whatever, is very uncomfortable. So day 1 was a fail, and again, probably not due to this product in any way, but just that it's not the right size for my lady bits, which is unfortunate. But I'm gonna give it a go again tomorrow. Probably the next day. It's nice that I'm home, that I can try these things before I order another one. So if any of you are using a menstrual cup that you really love, and or you have a smaller vaginal canal as well, maybe comment below and let me know which one you use. You know, there's like a bajillion different menstrual cup brands, and you know, of course, everybody loves the one that they have, but I also know that a lot of people had to do a lot of trial and error to figure out which one worked best for them. So all tips and tricks, just drop them below. So day 1, I'll let you know how day 2 goes. See you guys.